Bird flu vaccine trial targets H5N1 strain amid global health concerns. A new vaccine trial targeting the H5N1 strain of bird flu has commenced, with global health authorities closely monitoring its development due to the potential pandemic threat posed by this virus. The H5N1 strain has historically caused devastating infections among bird populations, leading to significant ecological and economic impacts. However, its capacity to transmit between humans remains limited, a factor that scientists are keen to address before any possible mutations that could increase its transmissibility arise. The World Health Organization (WHO) has emphasized the importance of preemptive measures in the face of emerging infectious diseases. The vaccine trial aims to evaluate the safety and effectiveness of the jab in humans, a critical step considering the strain's potential to evolve. The ongoing global health challenges, including the recent COVID-19 pandemic, have underscored the necessity for preparedness against zoonotic diseases, particularly those that originate in animal populations. The H5N1 virus has been reported in numerous countries across various continents, often leading to the culling of infected bird populations to prevent further spread. The concern is not solely limited to avian health. The virus has also been responsible for sporadic human infections, typically linked to close contact with infected birds. Since the early 2000s, there have been several outbreaks of H5N1 among poultry, which have resulted in fatalities among humans, raising alarms within the global health community. Experts state that the effectiveness of a vaccine against H5N1 could significantly alter the landscape of public health response strategies. Should the vaccine prove successful, it could provide a vital tool in mitigating the risk posed by this strain, especially in regions where poultry farming is a major economic activity. The implications are particularly pronounced for developing nations, where agricultural practices often bring humans into close contact with birds, thus increasing the risk of transmission. Developing a robust vaccine not only serves to protect public health but also has wider socio-economic implications. In many countries, poultry is a critical source of food and income, meaning that outbreaks can have cascading effects on food security and local economies. The trial's outcome will be closely watched by health authorities and governments worldwide, particularly those in regions where H5N1 is endemic. Furthermore, the global health community is also monitoring the situation for indications of viral mutations that could facilitate human-to-human transmission. The potential for such mutations raises the stakes for public health preparedness, as a more transmissible strain could lead to widespread outbreaks. The WHO has recommended that countries enhance surveillance of bird populations and human cases to quickly identify any changes in the virus's behavior. As the vaccine trial progresses, key questions remain regarding the timeline for development and distribution. Should the trial yield positive results, the next steps would involve large-scale production and global distribution logistics, which could be particularly challenging in resource-limited settings. Additionally, there is a need for international cooperation to ensure equitable access to the vaccine, especially in countries that may be at higher risk of outbreaks. Public interest in the trial is growing, driven by recent experiences with pandemics and the pressing need for effective vaccination strategies against emerging infectious diseases. The outcome of this trial may not only influence strategies for H5N1 but could also inform future responses to other zoonotic pathogens. As health officials and researchers work towards a solution, the global community remains vigilant, aware of the lessons learned from past outbreaks.